Okay, so I had made shredded jerk mushrooms, and I don't know what you call this. I don't know if you would call this a quesadilla or what. But it's so good. So, so in here is jerk mushrooms. It is organic black beans. It's some purple onions, which I don't know why they say red onions, and some tomatoes. And then I put some guacamole sauce on here. And one thing that I noticed I heard could have done better. Fried this, the tortillas, whatever. Or I could have put it in the oven. Mmm. I wasn't even thinking. Because I was on a Facebook Live. This was really good. I got another one that I gotta cook it. Alright. This one came out not the best. What I'm gonna do next time is, because this one is all torn apart. What I'm gonna do next time is I'm gonna put it in the oven. Because I think that would be better. Ooh. And on this one I have plantains. Honey, this one don't even want to cut. And this is our jerk mushrooms. Oh, this one just didn't. This one ain't just this. This one just didn't do right. Ain't doing right. Honey, you don't want to cut. Come on. Don't want to cut. All right, so since we got this piece, we're going to improvise. Okay? We're going to put our mushrooms. Ooh, it's hot. Our mushrooms there. This may look better than the other one. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. All right. Okay. So we got our guacamole on here. We have our pulled pork It's not pulled pork. It's jerk mushrooms. Okay, our tomatoes, our vegan cheese, our onions. One second. I don't know what possessed me to put that thing in my mouth hot like that. You know what this teaches me? The way our damn quesadilla or whatever it's supposed to be. That in life, things not always gonna be perfect, okay? But it's not such thing. And you just gotta roll with the punches. I don't want to pick this thing up because it's gonna just fall apart. So again, we got our jerk mushroom, our onions and tomatoes, our vegan cheese, and we just gonna put some guac on here. Wait 1 second. Ooh. Okay. Now that was a good crunch. It was kind of mild. That was good. Mmm. I was wondering what was their sweetness. Honey, I don't forgot I put the damn plantains on there. Okay? Mm. So, oh shoot, ain't no more plantains? Mm. I don't think I have. Oh no, it's more. Ooh. A mushroom. Alright. No, but look at this. Next time I'm gonna put them in the oven. That's what I should have did, but I wasn't thinking. The bottom crunchy, but the top not. I ain't even gonna try. I ain't even gonna. I ain't got time to make it look pretty. Mushroom. That one, very good. I remember my oldest son, right? Now he's 20. I mean, I be getting confused with his age too. I be telling people he's 21, 22. The boy is 20. Although it felt like he's 21. Maybe he's getting confused, about his age like I am, about mine, okay? And so I remember, when he was a kid. And I think this mainly probably because the girls, right? So if you guys don't know, I have 4 children, 2 boys, 2 girls. And so with the girls, I never experienced this, okay? With the boys, what they tend to do, like my oldest son, I remember, excuse me, I remember he would just stuff his mouth so much as though at times he would be about to choke. And I'm gonna have to get after him like, don't put all that in your mouth. Like, you're gonna choke if you do that. And my youngest son do the same thing at times. I don't know if they be thinking the food is going somewhere. I just don't know. No, this part. You definitely taste the cheese in here. Where you guys at? Is it raining? Because I know New Jersey, like where I live at. Um, Damn, it's been raining ever since. Was it Friday? Just raining, 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 raining. All right. I'm just gonna dip this. A part of me feel like I should have put in the title. What is this? Okay. So if you are just coming on, this is pulled jerk mushrooms. Okay. With vegan cheese, tomatoes and onions, and we have some. I also have a plantain on here, and what else? Tomatoes, onions, food. Yeah, I think that's about it. All right, family. It's been real. Don't just look like chicken or pulled pork, but it's not. Just mushrooms. Just whew, I'm full. Ooh, that was good. That was really good. Although the second tortilla or whatever it is, it's called. That one didn't come out like the first one. The second one was breaking apart, but it still was good. It still worked out. Make sure you guys are rocking out, believing in yourself. Make sure you know you're the creator of your reality. Whatever is showing up in your life, do understand and get that you could always get something different. But in order to get something different, you got to start getting these lessons, okay? Like why you attract certain people that you attract, okay? And once you start getting those lessons, you won't repeat the course. Because everything is about lessons. And if you get like, it's the same thing, life is schooling. Okay, it's like a school. You get that lesson, then you move on to the next, okay? But as long as you are blaming, shaming, gaming, naming, you're not getting a lesson. And you just saying that this person is responsible, that person is responsible for wherever you may be in your life. And the truth of the matter is, the only one that's responsible is you. Right now, granted, okay, when you was a kid, right, you had no control over that. But even in that sense, I believe that we do choose the family that we are going to be born into. Now, some people may not believe in it. Do what works for you, okay? And the reason why I believe that is because we came here to teach, right? We came here for different lessons. And when you are born into a certain family, you have one or two choices. Either you could break the generational curses, or you can do exactly what your mama or your daddy did, right? But as long as you blaming your mama and your daddy, chances are you becoming just like your mama and daddy. I remember I had a young lady that I had met while I was doing Lyft, right? And driving for Lyft. And I remember me and her, we just hit it off, right? Like we started talking while I was doing Lyft. And I was telling her, like, I'm on social media. So she had started following me, and she would show up to like my live, like my Facebook lives, and she would watch them. And I remember one day I was like, if you don't do the work on yourself, you're gonna be like your mother or your father, okay? And I remember one of the things she said was, she was like, no, she was like, I don't believe that. And I'm never trying to convince anybody to believe my point of view, because I believe you should be thinking for yourself. Critical thinking, okay? But one of the things, because she said she don't believe, although she grew up around her mother practically raised, her mother raised her and stuff like that. She just was like, I don't believe, like, I'll never be like my mother. And I said, so what work are you doing so you won't become like your mama? And one of the things she said, she was like, I don't know. And you can't change anything if you're not aware of what you're doing, right? If you just doing the same thing and you just going through life like in a hypnotic state, you going through life like a hamster on a wheel, like you're not aware of anything. Somebody could tell you like you just like your mother or you just like your father. Chances are you will probably curse them out, or you would say no, the hell I'm not, or whatever, depending on what type of relationship you got with them, right? And it's not for you to be like, well, I never want to be like my mother. It's for you to say exactly what you do want to be like, right? Responsible, confident, um, decisive, right? Those like some of the qualities that I say, right? And so whatever it is, whatever way you was brought up, is like you going through this game and you playing this game and you going through different levels, right? And the first time, right, like say for Mario Brothers, I used to be like a big fan of Mario Brothers when I was a kid. Playing Mario Brothers, getting the mushrooms, getting the little star, and killing those little things. I don't know what you call them, but anywho, and it's different levels, right? And so you may try one thing on the first level, and your ass is gonna die, right? Then you try something different. You may die again, and then you start getting the hang of the game. And then you start completing level 1, level 2, because you start learning the lessons, right? Before that little thing, I don't know what you call it, before those little things, those brown things on Mario Brothers, before they touch you, right? You gonna jump and stomp on them, okay? Because you like, damn, I know when I didn't jump and I just went next to them, they killed me. So you're going to do that. And it's the same as that concept for as life. You're not going to kill nobody. But what I'm saying is this. You're going to get the lessons. If you see you attracting certain type of dudes, right? You see you attracting dudes that are feminine. And when I mean feminine, I don't mean gay, okay? What I mean by, effeminate. What I mean by that is, if you see that you are attracting guys that you could push over, guys that you could basically control, guys that would do anything, they would do anything for you because they're afraid to lose you. chances are you are operating more so in your masculine. Okay, now we have two sides. Okay, you see this, right? Duality. Okay, we have the yin and the yang. It's two sides. We have the feminine energy and the masculine. Okay, and that's for everybody. Don't matter if you boy, girl, whatever. Okay, we have a feminine side and you have a masculine side. Now, if you are attracting dudes that are, confident, they good leaders, they could lead you, they trustworthy and things like that, chances are you most likely operating in your feminine side. But also you can, and some people get this confused because they like, well, I don't want to be feminine because I don't want to be a pushover. It's a balance to everything in life, okay? Now, if it's a guy and you don't, that's why I think it's very important for the dating stages, okay? Because when you first meet somebody, everything shows up right there. Not probably their same day, but I guarantee you, before you give them anything, right? Before you have sex with them or anything like that, you would see the way they operate, right? Granted, if you're not so eager or so desperate to be in a relationship. Now, if you eager and you desperate to be in a relationship, you're not going to be able to see the red flags. And even if you see the red flags, you may ignore them because you so caught up on, well, I just want to be in a relationship, right? You like my man, my man, my man. You calling everybody your damn man, okay? And when you do the work on yourself and you start realizing like what was the connection, right? Well, between all my exes, what were the connections? And the connection with my exes was they was all insecure. They was all insecure. And that was because I was insecure, right? Like attracts like. And I know some people like, oh no, opposites attract. I don't know where that comes from because the only thing I know about this here universe is that like attracts like, okay? Even though if it seems like y'all opposites, most likely y'all are alike in some shape, way, or form. Okay, you just missing it. You just missing it. Okay, and so I remember this one particular day, right? It was one of my exes I was in the car with, and it was my children's father, my youngest children's father, and I was doing a live video. And I couldn't understand, like, what did all my exes have in common, right? And this is the power of you being still and analyzing and asking yourself questions. Because I am a firm believer of talking to myself and asking my damn self questions, okay? And some say don't answer the questions because you deem crazy. Honey, call me what you want, okay? So me and him, he had went inside the house to go change for work. And I remember I was doing a Facebook Live and I was like, what did he have in common with my exes, right? With the rest of my exes. Now I couldn't pinpoint it, right? Because one of my exes, he act like he was so confident. And this ex was the one who was abusive. But he act like he was so confident. And as I started analyzing and going back over my relationships, especially towards the one that was very like abusive, what I started realizing was he was so insecure. Like he was like really, really insecure. And he would put this persona up like he was like confident, he was strong, he had no care in the world. But you know how I started seeing that he was insecure? Because I know how I would act, right? Like I know how I would put this persona on. Like I'm so strong and I don't have no care in the world. And if you want to leave, you just go ahead and leave, right? And I was so insecure, right? And so as my ex was coming back out of the house, I said, damn, all of them, what attracted me to them, one, I never paused. Okay. Like when I would get out of one relationship, I was the type that would jump, hop, skip, honey, whatever, into the next relationship. And what I started realizing was if you don't take a pause for yourself, just to analyze, how did this person show up? Okay. What type of energy you putting out? Okay. Then chances are your next is going to be just like your ex. Your next is going to be just like your ex. Now you can say, oh, well, my next, he ain't like my exes. He probably don't put his hands on me or whatever it is like that. But he's probably still insecure. Your next is probably insecure. And just because he don't do exactly the same that your previous relationship did, your previous ex did, don't mean that he's not the same like your ex. That doesn't mean it. Okay. And so with that being said, family, let me get off here. Okay. I feel like I just been talking. Because right before here I was on Facebook. And I gotta wash these dishes. Well, not that many dishes. Because when I'm cooking, I believe in less dishes is great as opposed to a whole bunch of dishes. Because I don't like washing no damn dishes. Okay. But with that being said, I catch you guys on the next one. I'll see you guys when I see ya.